All right, so the situation here is this is a website that we're hosting remotely. This is something I was working on, and then in the middle of it all, we had to put it up there, so data needed to be added by our data entry team. As you can see, over 2,000 custom post data has been added. So now I am going to transport this over. Here I have created a local WordPress installation, the basic WordPress using this MAM Pro. This is the DNS. .local is my development extension. So this is where we're going to install the this source site, this site with the data, so that I can continue with my development work. And to do that, I have chosen to use this plugin, all-in-one WP migration. And since the site is pretty large, so I'm going to use the Pro version. This is the Pro version page. Strangely, on the website, nowhere they mention the product, not even for once. Even when you click on a product page, their products, there's nothing. I mean, not once they mention their original product here, and in no way, shape, or form they make it easy to buy this. So I just wanted to point that out. The people who are in charge of this are doing a really crappy job. I mean, this is really strange, but just because this plugin has been very handy, and especially when you need to do something quick, a quick migration, and especially on platforms like GoDaddy, which is really crappy about WordPress hosting. Most of the deployment or migration plugins don't work in those platforms, places like GoDaddy. So right there, you can just use this, and it's sort of like a drag and drop and very easy interface. So it comes in handy at times. Now, two main reasons I wanted to show you the Pro version is one, because the site is pretty large, and another reason is it takes a few extra steps to get this plugin to work correctly, which I will demonstrate soon enough. But before I move on and show you the migration, I'd like to point out that when I first started using this, I was using it all over the place, pretty much all the time, because it was so easy, until I hit a snag, until I faced some serious issues with it. I was taking my local development site and pushing that to the remote staging using all-in-one plugin. But one day when I go to check up on my staging site via cPanel, this is what I find. As you can see here, this is the main site folder, and then this is the subdomain that I created, and this is the WP content, and this was the situation in the content. Look at this. It is completely filled with gibberish and unreadable. This plugin destroyed my staging site. When I did multiple deployments on top of each other, this has been the case, and for this reason I do not recommend this plugin to be used more than twice at the max. I don't use it more than once. I mean, since this is easy, and when I'm really running short of time, I have to do something very quickly, that's when I resort to this. And in some cases like GoDaddy hosting or some other hosting that are not very easy to deploy, they're not WordPress friendly, that's when this comes in handy. So I just wanted to caution you just once more, please look at this. This plugin did to this staging site. I just kept a snapshot. I mean, it did happen to me several times, so please be careful. Now let's get to it. All right, first of all, I need to install this free version of the plugin all-in-one into my local installation, as you can see here, and then I will add the Pro extension from here. As you can see here, it's already done on the remote box. This is the remote system, this is the source system, and we already have this plugin installed and the extension. So let's just do it here. Okay, activate. Alrighty, and now we're gonna go add new again, upload, install now, and activate. Now here's the thing, the little bit of extra I told you about is anytime we add this and we need to check for updates. See, right now this is not up to date. Also this one, it's up to date, right? So now here's the thing, there's a mismatch, right? Like this is not up to date, the extension, but this extension is up to date, yet this all-in-one migration plugin is up to date, but this one is not. Whenever there is a mismatch, if these two, the version wise, are not an exact match to these, it will fail. I can guarantee you that the plugin will just stop you and not let you proceed. So this is a very important part if you're using the Pro version. So I'm gonna go ahead and update, and also here I'm gonna hit this, so that now this is 7.23 and 2.37, and this is 2.37, 7.23. So this is now an exact match. So now we can actually proceed to deploy. Okay, so now the process is export import. So since this is the target, so we are gonna have it in a import situation. We have it right here, and this one is already set at an export. So first we need to start the export here. We choose file, and it got started. So it's going to take some time. We'll be right back. Alrighty, looks like it has done its job. It's finished, and as you can see, it's a pretty large site. It's 3 GB. Now here's something important. Whenever it finishes that and you end up hitting close, you're gonna have to start over. So be careful, before you hit close, you have to hit this so that it starts downloading it. And now you can hit close, but I just let it be. So once the product is downloaded, we're gonna come back and come here and upload through this import, and that should be it. So we will be right back as soon as it's done downloading this here. All right, looks like it has downloaded the deployment bundle, and this 3 GB is another reason, is actually the main reason I had to use the Pro version of all-in-one plugin, because otherwise the free version will allow me to use up to 500 MB, right? So that's another reason. So I can hit close now, and let's go find where that is. All right, so in the file system, this is what the download looks like, and if we do a get info on it, as you can see, it's 2.82 GB after compression. So now this is the target site, and it's ready for a import drop. So let's do it. Bam. Now it's going to start extracting and and deploying and database update and all that. So, and since it's so large, it's going to take a while. So I will come back when it is done. All right, so since it was a local, it went through very fast. Now it's going through the unpacking, and it's done. Once again, here, if you end up hitting close, you have to redo the whole thing. In some cases, I found that it actually crashes the site. In the middle of it, if it fails, it crashed a whole bunch of times and ruining the whole thing. So this is another reason not to use this plugin all the time, and especially for very, very large ones, where there is a chance that it could jam up or fail in the middle. So, but then again, in this case, it was successful, and I'm going to hit proceed. So this time around, it's going to go actually put the files in the right place, and it will do database restoration. Once again, I will come back when it is very close. All right, so looks like it finished it. Now let's click finish, and we need to start checking in. Boom, looks like we are in. Okay, so let's go try to log in. All right, so we just logged in to our new local version of that target site, which is this guy. And let's try to match if we have the main thing that our custom posts are in or not. So that's the main reason we had to do this. And look at that, they are identical. Once again, yes, they are identical. And let's go to do some checking up on the front end. All right, same here. All right, so looks like our plugin, Mr. All-in-One, did its job. Now, in conclusion, I should mention I am not really a big fan of this plugin. I would rather use the Duplicator Pro and or the WP Migrate DB. Those are much more reliable, and I can have more control over those. And this plugin actually very handy sometimes. It's great when it is working, especially in case of smaller sites. It's really great. But in the large cases, and especially I need you to remember this, where it destroyed my cPanel. So, and this happened after multiple deployment. So in simpler cases where you need to do something very quick, this can be really great. And that's it for today. Thank you.